out here in my backyard. Oh, it smells so good. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Anne and this is Postcards from My Golden Years. I am so happy to see you today and a great big welcome to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, it's very easy. Just click below the video, click that little link, and there's a little bell. You can also click if you'd like to be reminded every time I upload a video so you don't miss anything. And while you're thinking about it, how about a little thumbs up, just letting me know that this is the kind of video that you like. And it'll actually help my video rise up into the search results on YouTube and more people will get to see it. So that little thumbs up is pretty powerful. So I've received a number of emails from people asking me if I would share some of my recipes with you. As many of you may know, and some or a lot of you may not, I used to have a restaurant many years ago. It was a little French-themed salon de thé in the rolling hills of Bucks County, Pennsylvania. And it was my own little world of French delights. It was basically a tea salon, and we served a 5-course high tea with fancy little tea sandwiches and scones and clotted cream and lemon curd. And on the weekends we served dinner, and we also had other French delicacies for the men, because you know there aren't a whole lot of men that like that 5-course high tea. So we did serve some other cafe type or bistro type French specialties. But that was years ago, and I do have lots of recipes in my head. I'm a self-taught gourmet cook, so I'm going to start with some basic ones, and as time goes on I will add to my recipe repertoire. Feel free to use any of the recipes that I am showing you online. Today, the first recipe that I am going to start with in this little adjunct series is a caprese salad. When I make my caprese salad, I am using fresh basil from my own supply of basil. So basically what I do is I break off bunches of basil, and I'm going to be doing 2 small caprese salads for dinner. So I don't need a whole lot of basil, but this is what I'm going to bring in to start. I wish you could smell that. It smells so delicious. Yes, let me talk about all of the ingredients for my salad today. Obviously, we have the basil that I just picked out in my garden. So I am going to just rinse that very quickly. And there are no fertilizers or anything on the basil. So basically I'm just sort of rinsing dust and whatever gets on plants just out there in the summer Florida air. Okay, and then I am simply going to place it. I have three sprigs that I picked. I am simply going to place it right here on a paper towel. Okay, and that's just going to sit there. We have a ball of mozzarella, and this is 8 ounces. I prefer to use fresh mozzarella, but when I went to the store, they didn't have any fresh. So I am just using a basic Italian mozzarella. Red onion. Red onion doesn't always go in a caprese salad. In fact, most people don't use red onion. I like to add just a little sprinkling of chopped red onion on my caprese salad. My husband doesn't like onion, so you'll note that it's not going to be on his. So most of the time when I'm doing a caprese salad, I find the nicest, reddest tomatoes that I can find. Nice, firm, beautiful tomatoes. Today, I'm going to do a variation on the caprese salad, and I am going to use these sugar bombs. I don't know if you've seen these in your grocery store. These are basically, they're grape tomatoes. Look how beautiful. And they are like sugar sweet. So I'm going to use bunches of those as opposed to slices of tomato. In addition, I have this really good Italian olive oil. It's a Tonde di Blea, which is from, I believe it's from Sicily. Let me just grab my glasses and check. It is, yes, from Sicily. When I am doing something where olive oil is going to be one of the stars of the item, I want to make sure that I have a very good quality olive oil. If I'm just cooking, just frying fish or something in a pan, I don't care so much if it's not kind of an excellent quality. I mean, I want a good quality, but I would not spend a whole lot of money for the olive oil that I'm going to use to cook something in a frying pan compared to a salad or oil for dipping. So I went to a little French specialty grocery store, and I actually had an olive oil tasting, which was fabulous. And we tasted about 8 or 10 different very fine quality olive oils, and I settled on this one. It is actually the Tonde di Blea olive that is in this oil, and this is what I am going to be sprinkling on my caprese salad after I make the salad. So it will add some extra flavor. It has just a touch of a peppery finish at the end. If you can find this someplace nearby, by all means, check it out. I will also put a link to the website for that little Italian grocery store that I found here in Naples, Florida, and perhaps they'll ship it to you. Tell them I sent you. Okay, let's get on with the recipe. My tomatoes and set them on a paper towel and blotted them with another paper towel. And let's get them all off the stems. Okay, now I am simply going to be cutting them in half like this and putting them right back on that paper towel. I want lots of these. That's why I've got so many grape tomatoes. So do you do caprese salad? If you do it a different way, other than the way that most places do it, where they slice cheese, slice tomatoes, throw some basil on, and you're done. If you do it a little bit different, be sure to leave me some information in the comments. I'm always up for new ways of doing things. I happened to see that another chef did this on a television show I was watching the other night, and I thought, wow, that's a very creative way to do a caprese salad. I am going to try that next time I do a caprese salad. Okay, so I have all of my, I missed a couple. Alright, I have all of my tomatoes cut in half. Okay, I spared you the tediousness of watching me peel the outside of this onion, which I'm sure would bore you to tears. So now I want to get my tiny diced pieces of red onion. I don't want to do the whole onion, so I'm just really cutting into maybe the top third of it. And I will cut down that way, and then down here like this. And it's already starting to break off. Okay. Some of these aren't quite diced small enough, but I don't need a whole lot of these because I'm not going to put any onions on my husband's salad. So it's just going to go on mine. And then I am going to put all of this in this little dish so that I get it out of the way. Okay. So we have our tomatoes, we have our basil, and we have the red onion. Next, I'm going to work on the cheese. And let me get a piece of plastic. I don't like to cut cheese directly on this cutting board because the cheese gets into the grain. It's a plastic cutting board that is probably my most used cutting board. So the plastic gets into the grain, the cheese gets into it if I cut directly on the board. So first I'm going to go with, okay, so this is the first time I'm doing it this way. And what I'm going to do is simply cut this ball in half. That gives each of us a half of this. And typically if I was just doing a caprese salad, the old-fashioned way with slices, I would probably use the same amount of cheese on our plate. Now, I think a big part of making a salad or any kind of food is presentation. So when I'm doing a salad that's colorful or that I want to show off just the food, I will use a specific plate. I actually pick plates according to what I'm serving. So today I'm using a very basic black plate. It's an IKEA dish, and I think it will be sort of a dramatic plate for this colorful caprese salad. Before I go too much further along, I am now going to start taking all of the leaves off of the stems for my salad, so that I can get them out of the way and everything is ready to plate. I love it when there are teeny little leaves of basil. I love basil. I just love the way my hands smell when I'm using it. Sometimes even if I just walk past it out in the garden, I can just smell it in the air, and then when I come inside I feel like I still have it on me, even though I may not have even touched the plant. So let's get all of the basil off the stem. I'd rather have more basil than I actually need than not enough, because I'm sure I'll use basil for other things. Then let's see how we do here. I'm just going to use 2 of the stems to start, and then if I don't use the third stem, I can just simply sit it in a cup of water, and then I don't have to go outside and get more basil. I can just use it in the future for something else, maybe scrambled eggs or something. So it's always good to have some fresh basil sitting in a little vase or even a glass of water, just ready to go. Okay, so I'm just tearing off any loose stems that maybe are still sticking on. I try to get it as close to just leaves, and any little end pieces of stem, I break them off. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so now let's start to plate this. So I will put a half of the mozzarella in the center of each plate. I'm simply going to drop these grape tomatoes over mozzarella. And I want them to sort of cascade over like this. See how pretty? And I am going to use all of these tomatoes. Okay, so now I have both plates with a mountain of grape tomatoes, and we can just toss that. Okay, next I'm simply going to shower each of my salads with basil leaves, like this. I hate when you go to a restaurant and you order caprese salad and they give you like 4 pieces of basil. I think a caprese salad should be a caprese salad with lots of basil. And then just on the sides of the plate, I want some random leaves, just for some color. Look at that. Okay, and then that one is going to be my salad. And so now I am going to drop the red onion on it. Like this. How pretty is that? Okay, this one of course has no red onion, but it also looks very pretty. And here are a few little loose, tiny basil leaves, just to decorate the side of the plate. Okay, next I've got fresh ground pepper. And I want to do this not just directly on it, but I want to do it around the plate so that you can see it on the plate itself. It's also great if you don't have a lot of pepper on the tomatoes and things. You can dip it with your fork and grab some more pepper. Okay, and then I am using pink Himalayan sea salt. And I am just going to give that a few spritzes with that. Okay, and now I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil over the whole thing. It's not coming out very quickly here. It looks like I'm probably putting a ton on, but it's really just dripping. There we go. So we have that one. And now this one. There you go. Look how pretty. So now, I'm not going to be eating them now. I'm saving these for our dinner this evening. But I will cover them with plastic wrap. That way all of the flavors will meld together. And I will put them in the refrigerator. And we will probably eat these in about an hour and a half. And everything will be wonderful. Okay, so here we are with our cheap rosé. We have Colitos Moscato. Get a load of that label. It was very inexpensive. I think I picked it up at Aldi last week.
Bon appetit.
Yum!
And what are we going to start with for dinner tonight?
Tonight we are having the caprese salads that I made while you were at work.
Well, it looks delicious.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to take my first taste of this delicious salad. Mmm. It is so fresh and so good. We have tomatoes, we have basil leaves, and mozzarella. Mmm, fresh mozzarella. It's delicious.
Do you like the fact that I didn't do a traditional caprese salad?
Well, this is something that I believe they do in a high-end restaurant where they do the caprese is like surrounded by the tomatoes. It makes it a much more elegant salad than what you would normally see. And the small tomatoes are quite tasty.
They're delicious.
Delicious.
So there you have it. That's my caprese salad for tonight's dinner. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you like this recipe, how about a thumbs up? As I mentioned in the past, it helps YouTube's algorithms raise my video up to the top of results so that more people get to watch it. So I hope you will go and make yourself a nice, pretty caprese salad. Bon appetit. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you again in the next video. Bye for now.